Keith? Is that you?
No.
Is this me?
No.
Oh.
It's your mom.
Hey, our 10 favorite vocalists, not the most talented, just our general favorites. And,
it's all opinion.
10 each. You start this time.
I'll fucking start.
You freaking
Are we
freak.
starting with number 1, 5, or 10?
10.
10.
We start with number 7, we go to 10, and then to 1.
And then we make our
Number
way back
10.
to 5.
I have Spencer Sotelo from Periphery.
If.
It's Periphery, dude.
Periphery.
You're fucking stupid.
You need to be uncouth.
Periphery. Uncouth. From Periphery. Yeah.
Talk about me.
This, you know, Spencer Sotelo on the first album, I didn't think he was really that great, to be honest with you. I mean, his vocals were okay. But it's Periphery 2, where I really just think his vocals are just awesome. The way, how much he improved was insane. Not only his screen vocals, but his cleans were just masterful. And all I have to say is Ragnarok. Just listen to that note at the end. Your mind will be blown.
Fun. Number 10, I have Miles Kennedy of Alter Bridge. Oh, God. Miles Kennedy, he's one of the gnarliest voices of rock. He's awesome. His stuff with Slash is equally as good. I mean, trying to think of songs I really like. There's Metalingus. It's a really good song. And I mean, just like, nobody sounds like him. Like, and that's kind of one of the common traits with a lot of the people on Miles. That nobody really sounds like them. I mean, Miles Kennedy just has an amazing range, and I love Alter Bridge, so he's number 10.
Yeah, it's like a social. It's a good song.
Is that
My number 10 is Michael Graves. You're thinking who? He was in Misfits. Probably you'll know from Famous Monsters the song Pumpkinhead or Kong at the Gates. Pretty sure, I think that's it. I'm pretty bad with names, but he was just another member of the Misfits, but he's probably the album Famous Monsters is my favorite lineup of the Misfits. Of one of them. It's up there. With Doyle and Graves. Number 9 is Jonathan Vigil of The Ghost Inside. Mainly because this dude, I mean, love or hate hardcore or don't even know it or in between, this guy has such a powerful scream. Like, I rarely will I hear anyone that I can really say, like, wow, I mean, there's so much power behind it. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys will scream and stuff, and that's cool and all, but, I mean, Vigil has so much power and just raw emotion, and it's cool. And, yeah.
My number 9, I have Randy Blythe, Lamb of God. Just, his screams are some of my favorite. I just love the way his voice sounds, especially on the Ashes of the Wake album, especially with songs everybody knows, with those songs, like Redneck is, great. I love his vocals in that song, and Laid to Rest, I was trying to, what was the fucking obvious song I'm thinking of, but like, just the way he goes about screaming is just awesome. Like, it's just, his voice sounds weird, and that's why I love it so much.
Number 9, I hope I pronounce this right because it's German, but I have Hansi Kirch. I hope I pronounced that right. Singer of Blind Guardian. This guy has so much power to his voice. He has almost like one of the most insane voices in power metal. His voice just soars like a fucking eagle. It's great. It's just like an eagle soaring through wonderful clouds. It's just the way his voice has evolved, really how this band has, but the way his vocals have evolved from, the early stuff, with songs like Majesty and Welcome to Dying, all the way up to their later albums with, Sacred Worlds, This Will Never End, Fly. I mean, holy shit. I mean, I love his voice. It's very soothing at times, and then when he really needs power behind it, he just can kick it into gear. amazing vocalist, just great. Number 8, I have Matt Heafy. Matt Heafy.
Hey, Beefy.
Matt Beefy. Your mom. From Trivium. Oh, fuck, I love this guy's voice. I think, you know, when it comes to the harsher vocalist, I guess, when I was, you know, diving into metal, this guy was one that really just hit me as, like, I love this guy's voice, and it's always stuck with me. In the way that he has improved on Vengeance Falls, for better or for worse, like David Draymond, but it's really, really good. And I mean, I can't get enough of, you know, his vocals on, like, say, Shogun, the track or something. And even the early shit, I mean, stuff off of Ascendancy, Dying in Your Arms, I mean, holy shit. Matt Heafy has such an incredibly unique voice in my mind. I don't see any resemblance to James Hetfield as others say all the time. But from his screams that are incredibly audible to his very awesome clean vocals, Matt Heafy is the man.
My number 8, I have Gumby. And what I mean by that is Kyle Gunther, of the singer of Battlecross. I just love that somebody can have that good of scream vocals when it comes to, like, thrash. You know, this guy can hit, you know, really high screams, but then at the same time just get low. And he just kind of does it seamlessly. And then even live, you know, I've seen this band live twice. He hits all the notes perfectly live. And it's just, I just love, you know, again, like the way his voice sounds, you know, especially on the song Force Fed Lies and on, you know, Push, Pull, Destroy, songs like that. All, like, his voice just fits so perfectly with the music. It's almost surprisingly how good it is. So, yeah.
I had Krista Cameron, formerly of I Wrestled Bear Once. She definitely holds her own against a genre or even a large music genre that's dominantly male singers and screaming and is largely male, but she definitely holds her own. Her screams are absolutely crazy. If you listen to, I would say more so because it's a lot more raw. Their album, It's All Happening. Some songs, she just goes all out into, like, her voice just, like, she's out of breath, you know, like, man, she's freaking crazy and, like, one of the babes of metal. Number 7, I have Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. The dude knows how to get people motivated and make people pissed off and feel the message behind the music. Like, he sort of, like, raps and kind of sings, and he definitely has his own voice, you know. Probably my favorite Rage Against the Machine song is No Shelter. Just the messages he puts behind the songs, and you know, some stuff that he says. Like, he is a very he's a good front man, and just I like the way he sounds. It's as basic as that sounds.
Number 7, I have Corey Taylor of Slipknot and Stone Sour. Corey Taylor, I think, has probably the most well-rounded voice in metal. Whereas he can hit, if you listen to, you know, again, Slipknot and Stone Sour, you can listen to songs like Through Glass, where his voice is very soft. And then you can go and listen to Absolute Zero, where his voice is very gruff, but it's not completely into, you know, the full-on screaming. And then listen to basically anything Slipknot, and you can kind of guess where I'm going with that. Like, I just feel like his voice is one of the better ones in metal today, and it's so cool that, like, in the later albums of both bands, in the last Slipknot album and the House of Golden Bones, he's kind of embracing using all his vocal range, really, with both bands, and I really think that's cool. It's expanding their style, but yeah, Corey Taylor, number 7, yeah.
7, Bobby Blitz, Dog, of Overkill. This motherfucker just kills it, and he's, he's getting up there in the age, and motherfucker, I just feel that even now he sounds better than he did back in the 80s. He just sounds so good. I mean, listen to songs such as Electric Rattlesnake, Bring Me the Night, Goals Your Soul, Black Days, Come and Get It. I could go on and on. What?
Wasn't that the guy from Iron Maiden when Bruce Dickinson left?
No. Blaze Bailey.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah. And then, the older shit is great, too. I mean, Thanks for Nothing, Elimination. Fuck you. Hello from the Gutter, that's what I'm thinking of. Just so many good songs, and I mean, it's great to see a thrash metal band that, with a vocalist that can, he's not, all scream, let's shout. I mean, this motherfucker sings, and he sings with power, he sings with an attitude, and just, this gruff snarl to him that's just fantastic. I just feel one of the more unique vocalists to ever come out of metal. Absolutely fantastic vocals. Number 6, I have Devin Townsend. Oh my gosh. Just listen to this dude's voice and just, it's so soothing. You just want to sleep for like 4 days. Just because it's so beautiful. It's so, it sends shivers down your spine. It's fantastic. I mean, listen to the song Save Me Now, I believe it's called, off Epic Cloud. Just that song there to me sums up Devin Townsend. I mean, such a powerful and amazing voice. And listen to All Deconstruction, which she sounds fantastic on. Or then you move on to Ghost, where this soothingness comes in, and just, oh my gosh, I cannot describe this guy's voice. It's just, it feels so perfect, and he has such a range and so many styles that he can make it fit whatever, music, whatever, style of music that he's playing along with. Devin Townsend is the man, and I'm always excited for new music from this guy, because you never know what he's going to do next, and just incredible vocals, so, yeah.
My number 6, I have Elise Ride of Amaranthi and Camelot fame. I really, really like chick vocalists. It was really hard to try to limit the number that I had on here, because I felt like, none of them are really the best that I've ever heard. But I like them a lot. And if you've listened to, what's the Camelot song? The one that you showed me, the one with the shit.
It's off of Silverthorn, their
new
album.
Yeah, she's on a couple tracks, but the one that they released, she's on that one, and it's a really good song. And then also listen to either Amaranthi album, you can listen to Hunger.
Sacrimony. That's
song I was thinking. And she's the clean vocals, not the scream chick vocals. But then you listen to Hunger from their first album. You can listen to Amaranthine from their first album, A Million Light Years. It's another really good song. And then their second album, The Nexus and all those good songs. I just really like how beautiful her voice sounds. But then also at the same time, at certain times, she has this really, I don't know how to describe it. In The Nexus, she kind of reminds me at parts of, Britney Spears or something, which is kind of weird, but it's cool at the same time that they could pull it off. I mean, it is a pop metal band in a way, so, but I just love the way her voice sounds, basically. So, that's my number 6.
Number 6, I had Nick Cave. Incredible dude. Very dark, very scary, very interesting. One of the best, he has probably, maybe even the best presence in music that I've listened to. Ridiculous singer. I would recommend checking him out. He's nothing like metal or anything like I would usually listen to, but just absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, definitely a presence there, and awesome singer. Number 5, I have definitely one of my favorites since he's changed his, or scream, I guess you could say, Alex Kohler. Just not many people have a high scream like Alex Kohler. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a few people that sound close to him, but Alex Kohler was just, especially off of My Damnation, he was, phenomenal. It's eerie. The album My Damnation, eerie, scary, creepy, but in a beautiful way. It is. He's incredible. Even if they come out with their next album or whatever, and they may change their sound or something, evolve, progress. Yeah. Even if they progress along or whatever, but he'll still be freaking insane.
You go twice, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's my turn then. Alright, I have Stu Block
Wow.
of Stu Block, Vice Earth, and Into Eternity fame. I haven't heard much of Eternity. I've heard Sandstorm, which is a cool song. But, Dystopia, I love that album, Ice Earth's new album. There's some great songs on there, like Dystopia, At the End of Innocence, Anthem, V, Boiling Point, I think is one. And then also the new song they released this year, Place Babylon. I jammed the shit out of that. I just love how he has, his voice is gruff, yet still melodic at the same time.
Well.
And, yeah, he can still kind of do everything that Iced Earth has been able to do up until this point. He can hit the really high notes like the Ripper Code, he can scream. And then also, his voice does really weird things, like during the chorus of Plagues to Babylon. When he says, the raging storm, that note he hits at the end of that is just awesome. And just how he flows. So, that's why he's my number 5.
My number 5, I have Michael Ackerfeld.
Wow.
From Opeth. Dude, fuck, fam. Dude. No, this guy is just, he's mind-blowing. Not only with his guitar skills that you've seen in the other videos, but his vocals are just so fitting. They're so perfect. They're so dark. They're so beautiful. Everything. His growls can be really, really brutal and pretty fucking gnarly. I look at the growls off of, Blackwater Park or Watershed or Ghost Reveries or something. Just really, really brutal, just guttural vocals that, surprisingly they make fit the music, and just amazing. And then you can listen to the entire Damnation album and just be blown away by these soothing, just perfect vocals. To Rid a Disease, Window Pane. I mean, that entire album is perfect, and it's just clean vocals. I mean, yeah, they used a lot of, cleans and growls in the same songs, but it's just, I feel that as an all-around vocalist, he's one of the best out there when it comes to metal. And this is one of the best all-around bands, actually. But just, he's the man. And then listen to their new album, Heritage. That guy can pull off some pretty awesome 70s prog jams, just saying. But, number 4, I have another progressive vocalist, and that be James LeBray of Dream Theater. Oh my god. Yeah. This guy can sing. Dream Theater to me has so many classic jams, and it mostly in part because of James LeBray's vocals. He just has an incredible range, a very unique voice, just an incredible style. I mean, listen to songs such as Pull Me Under, fucking Panic Attack, where he could be pretty, masterful with his vocals all the time, it feels. It feels that with every album, he just tries to make himself better and better and better and better. And just his vocal patterns, I mean, everything about this guy is just awesome. And I really dig, all the vocals off of the new album, The Enemy Inside, A Bigger Picture, the song at the end. Damn, it's not coming to me. The big 20-minute long one. But seriously, Dream Theater is an amazing band, and I feel that James LeBray could possibly be the best part of it. It's hard to choose sometimes between him and John Petrucci, but damn. James LeBray, dog.
My partner.
Your mom.
My number 4 is not my mom. It's Lizzie Hale. Of Hailstorm. Yeah! But, yeah, I love Hailstorm. I can't help it. A lot of people don't like them for whatever reason. They say they're simplistic, but I mean, they're just a good rock band. I think Lizzie's vocals help contribute a lot because she's not that kind of like female vocalist where, it's all really soft and it's almost corny. And then she's not writing songs, what you would think girls would write about. She's writing songs about stealing people's boyfriends and going out and partying and things like that, which is kind of cool. And then her voice just gets gruff and it gets pretty gnarly sometimes. Like in Freak Like Me, after the second chorus, there's like a build up where she lets out a scream and then her voice just slowly goes up along with the guitar. It's awesome sounding. And she hits all of these notes perfectly live. It was one of the more enjoyable shows that I saw last year. And so I just love the way her voice sounds. So Lizzie Hale's my number 4.
For 4, I had Hayley Williams of Paramore because I think she is, in my opinion, the best female singer in music. I just like the way she sounds. I like Paramore. Oh, I love Paramore. She's an excellent singer. I don't have to say much more. She's come a long way since, all the way back from the beginning, even until the self-titled. She has an excellent voice. Number 3, I have Tommy Giles Rogers of Between the Buried and Me. Incredible dude. He can sing, he can scream, he can play the keyboards, he can do it all. His singing is freaking incredible. He hits notes that are high, that are just cool, and he makes his voice get all low, like on the Parallax 2, to sound alien-like and all eerie and stuff. And there's a wide variety of stuff that he can do, and he's freaking cool. Freaking cool.
Freaking frick.
My number 3, I have Lane Staley of Alice in Chains. Lane Staley is just one of those guys that is, you hear his voice and you immediately fall in love with it. I love the bluesy, like almost in pain sound of his voice that was coming around, and like especially in the album Dirt, and kind of like a subset of this, just the harmonies that he does with Jerry Cantrell are some of the most haunting yet coolest sounding vocal harmonies I've ever heard in music. And his lyrics were surprisingly, like, simple enough that people could, understand, kind of, but then complex and deep enough that, like, if you sat down and actually looked at the lyrics and dissected them, you'd be like, dang, this is deep. And then the guy has, like I said, with the coolest sounding voice and I think the best range. I mean, it's really he's the whole reason why I love Alice in Chains. So that's why Lane Staley is number 3.
Well, number 3, I have Yari from Winter Sun. This guy just writes what feels like anthems, just epic fucking metal songs. He writes so many choruses that you just want to sing along to all the time. I mean, Son of Winter and Stars, Time, Death and Healing. I mean, it's just incredible. And his screams are just ferocious. I mean, one line to me that really sticks out is the way he's in the song Time when he says, the land of, listen to the land of snow, it makes no sound. Just the way he says that, it's just so evil and wonderful. I love his growls, I love his voice. It's just so soothing. It's so beautiful. It just, it makes me want to just have sex with my wall. Number 2, I have Lane Staley. Lane Staley is just, for a while, he was my favorite vocalist of all time, and he's still, obviously he's way up there. He's number 2. But, he is the voice of Alice in Chains to me. I love William Duvall. He's a great vocalist, but it's Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell. The way they worked in harmony just so perfectly. Angry Chair, Down the Hole. Down the Hole still gives me chills, and I think I've heard it about 200 freaking times. And, just other great songs, Goddamn, Motherfucker, Damn That River. Just, how much, ass he put into his voice sometimes. And then, sometimes how, high and just incredibly, dynamic his voice is, and just these awesome voice notes they can hit, Rain When I Die or something like that. Wood, that just is incredible. Wow! Just Lane Staley is just incredible vocalist, and it's a shame that he's no longer with the world.
Number 2, I have Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. Yeah. I mean, what can be said about Bruce Dickinson?
A lot.
I know, but honestly, I don't want this video to drag on forever, so I'm not going to. Bruce is just, in a lot of ways, the, what it means to be a metal vocalist. I would say that even, like, the newer Iron Maiden stuff, from, like, the 2000 on, from Brave New World on, he sounds a lot better. I mean, there's just so many songs that, like, when I think metal, I think of his voice, and it makes it awesome. Hallowed Be Thy Name is probably the best example. The Trooper is another really good example. Number of the Beast. I personally love Children of the Damned a lot. And then also, just everything he did with Iron Maiden was absolutely flawless. There's nothing I can say wrong about his voice. And it's kind of like he's, there's a reason why he's probably the most respected vocalist in all of metal. And so, he's my number 2.
Number 2, I had Trevor Sternad of Black Dahlia Murder. The guy is like sharp cheddar cheese. He's good and he's sharp, and I mean, his vocals just cut through you like a knife. Like, they're so they're so, I don't know how to say it, they're just sharp. They're high, they're just ridiculously eerie, and his lows, the way he can fluctuate when he's doing his lows, it's the song, Into the Everblack, like eventually on, when he's doing his lows, he does these like sort of choppy sort of screams, and like the way he fluctuates his lows are phenomenal. Number 1, I had Michael Haranica of The Devil Wears Prada. Love the way he writes. I love the sound of him. Love the way he is on stage, his sincerity and everything. He's a cool dude. He's my guy.
My number 1.
Wow.
I have Yari from Winter Sun. And everything Tyler said, I mean, Yari's just writes so good of lyrics. They're deep and dark and complex. And it's cool, though, because, like, me personally as a vocalist, I would love to sound like him. Especially, like, in the one part of Sons of Winter and Stars, and during the soft part, right about 7 minutes. I feel like that is some of the best sung lyrics ever. And so, also, I love the way his screams sound. He just, like Tyler said, with all the choruses and whatnot, it's just awesome. So, I mean, Yari is the man. He's awesome, and he's my number 1.
My number 1 is your mom.
Rob Halfie.
No.
Did
Halfie
anyone
or Bob?
have Rob Halfie on their list?
No.
Rob Halfie?
Rob
Halfie.
Halfie.
No, number one, I have Bruce Dickinson.
Ooh.
Pretty much like Queef said. He's just a magical vocalist, and it just feels that everything that he sings is golden. And, you know, I specifically remember How It Be That Name was the first song I ever heard by this band, and it's still probably my favorite. And, you know, when he says low in the beginning of that song and he holds that note, the first time I heard that I was like, alright, I love this band. I can already tell I'm gonna love it. And then at the end when he's just soaring like a bird and, you know, saying How It Be That Name, it's just, that just sums up Bruce Dickinson. I just also feel like with every album, maybe minus No Prayer for the Dying or Fear of the Dark, he improves. He gets better and better. Even today, he gets better and better. And it's just so many amazing moments because of Bruce Dickinson on all of Iron Maiden's records. And just, you can't top him. You feel happy when you listen to Iron Maiden and Bruce Dickinson. It's just awesome. Bruce Dickinson, dog.
Yeah, dog.
There's a lot of vocalists that we wanted to put on this list, so if your favorite isn't on there, we apologize. Tell us in the comments who's your favorite vocalist of all time, and we'll see you later. What?
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes. Great vocalist.
Mr. Gervin, best vocalist.
Bye.